Dear students, today we are starting with the numericals from your textbook for the first chapter, rotational dynamics. These are the unsolved numericals that is given in your textbook exercise. Okay, so they are starting from number 12. So we are starting with that numericals. Okay, so here first here is given as somehow an ant is stuck to the rim of a bicycle wheel of diameter 1 meter. While the bicycle is on a central stand, the wheel is set into rotation and it attains the frequency of 2 revolutions per second in 10 seconds with uniform acceleration. Calculate number of revolutions completed by the ant in these 10 seconds. Time taken by it for first complete revolution and the last complete revolution. So this is the numerical given in your textbook. Okay, that is number 12, number of numerical. Okay, what is given here? Ant is stuck to the rim of bicycle. Okay, so bicycle rim is given here of diameter 1 meter. So diameter is 1 meter, that is radius will be 0.5 meter divided by 2 we will do, and time is given here, time interval 10 second. Frequency for 10 second is given as 2 revolution per second. So frequency n is given here as 2 revolution per second. Diameter is 1 meter, so radius r will be 0.5 meter, n equal to 2 revolution per second. Okay, next, what is asked to determine here? Okay, number of revolution completed by ant in t equal to 10 second. That is, in t equal to 10 second, what will be the number of revolution you will calculate. Then second sub question, time taken for first revolution and then time taken for last revolution. Okay, so what is given here as the ant is stuck to the rim of wheel, means what? The revolutions completed by the wheel will be same as the completed by the ant, because ant is actually just an arbitrary point here or reference point. Otherwise there is no role of ant in this numerical. Okay, so next here, n equal to 2 revolution per second. Then final angular velocity, if you are calculating as frequency, n is given as 2, so omega will be 2 pi n, right? This is the formula we already know. So then 2 pi n we will put 2, so it will become 4 pi radian per second. Next, similarly here, at the starting the wheel is at rest, means initial velocity, that is initial angular velocity. Suppose we are denoting it by omega 0, so that will be 0 here. Okay, so 0 radian per second. So similarly, if you are writing your expression for angular acceleration, so angular acceleration will be omega minus omega 0 divided by t. That is final angular velocity minus initial angular velocity divided by time interval. So omega final value we already calculated here, 4 pi. So 4 pi minus 0 divided by 10. So it will become 0.4 pi radian per second square. Right. Now next, if you are writing angular displacement, so theta will be equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. This is second kinematical equation for circular motion. With this we already discussed in analogy between linear and rotational motion. Okay, so theta equal to omega 0 t plus 1 by 2 alpha t square. This is second kinematical equation for circular motion. For linear motion we already know this second kinematical equation will be s equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, so similarly in analogy we can write theta equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. So we are putting the value omega 0 here is 0, so multiplying by time it will total will be 0 here, first value, then 1 by 2 as it is, alpha is 0.4 as we calculated before, so 0.4 pi. Time t is given as 10 second, so 10 square. So after calculating we can calculate here this second term, so we are getting 20 pi radian, right? Now here next, number of revolution, if you are writing the relation between number of revolution and angular displacement, so relation is number of revolution will be equal to angular displacement divided by 2 pi, because for one revolution this distance covered is always 2 pi, right? So if you are writing, number of revolution will be angular displacement divided by 2 pi. So this is equal to, angular displacement means theta, so theta by 2 pi. Theta we already calculated here, 20 pi. So 20 pi divided by 2 pi. So it will be 10 revolution in 10 seconds, right? So next here, second thing is asked time interval for first and for last revolution, right? So if we are taking time interval for first revolution as t1, okay, so we can write your expression for t1 value. So for first revolution, distance covered will be 2 pi, okay, that is 360 degrees. So if you are writing your equation for first revolution, so theta 1, that is for first revolution, so theta 1 equal to omega 0 t plus 1 by 2 alpha t1 square. So theta 1 we are putting 2 pi, omega 0 is 0, so multiplying by t it will become 0, 1 by 2 as it is, alpha we calculated 0.4 pi, t1 square we want to calculate here for first revolution, right? So t1 square will be equal to, if you are calculating this second term and this 2 pi, pi you can cancel, you will be getting 10. So t1 square will be 10. So t1 will be square root of 10, and square root of 10, if you see in your square root table, it is, you will see actually 10 in 0th column, so you will see 3.16 value. So t1 is 3.16 second. Okay, next, suppose we calculate here for second revolution. For second revolution, if I am taking theta 2, so it will be 2 times 2 pi, right? Because it will complete 2 revolutions, right? So 2 into 2 pi will be 4 pi. So I am taking theta 0 as 4 pi here. So theta 2 equal to 4 pi. So theta 2 equal to, if we are writing equation, omega 0 t plus 1 by 2 alpha t2 square, right? For second revolution, time interval we are denoting by t2, angular displacement if we are denoting by theta 2. Again we will put values and we will solve for t2 value. So 4 pi equal to 0, first term will be 0 here, again 1 by 2 alpha 0.4 pi t2 square, as it is we are calculating t2 square. We will balance the equation, we will cancel pi, so we are getting t2 equal to square root of 20, right? So similarly, if you are writing for third, then likewise if you are writing for every revolution, for 9th revolution it will be 9 times 2 pi, okay. So theta 9 will be equal to 9 into 2 pi, that is actually 18 pi, right? Again we are writing equation, theta 9 will be equal to omega 0 t plus 1 by 2 alpha t9 square. So we are calculating now t9 here, theta 9 will be 18 pi, this first term will be again 0, 1 by 2 as it is, alpha will be 0.4 pi, t9 square as it is. Then again you will solve equation, pi you will cancel, you will solve the numbers. So we are getting t9 equal to square root of 90, right? Now hence, if you are writing time for last revolution, so time for last revolution will be time for all 10 revolution minus time for 9th revolution. For all 10 revolution, we already know it is given in numerical as 10 second. For 9th revolution, we already calculated it is here as square root of 90. Square root of 90, you will see, you will follow your square root table. So you will see 90th in 0th column. So 10 minus, you will be getting value 9.4868. So 10 minus this value will be 0.5131 second. So this is your expression for last revolution. So hopefully you are getting what we solved here. First thing we solved here, omega, that is frequency, that is final angular velocity, then alpha, then theta, then from theta we calculated here number of revolution. From that number of revolution we calculated for first revolution, for second, and then for 9th revolution. Then for last revolution we are writing as time for all 10th revolution minus time for 9th revolution, and we are taking the difference and we are getting our final answer, right? So you understood right now. Next thing, next numerical is given as 13 number numerical. Coefficient of static friction between a coin and a gramophone disc is 0.5. Radius of the disc is 8 centimeter. Initially, the center of point is pi centimeter away from the center of the disc. At what minimum frequency will it start slipping from there? By what factor will the answer change if the coin is almost at the rim? Okay, this is the numerical given. What is given in the numerical here? So gramophone disc is taken. Okay, for that coefficient of static friction is 0.5. Radius of the disc is 8 centimeter. A certain coin is placed at pi centimeter away from the center of the disc. Right. So at what minimum frequency will it be slipping from there, and factor you have to find it. So what we'll take here, coefficient of static friction is given as 0, mu equal to 0.5. Radius of disc is given 8 centimeter, so it will be 8 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Center of coin is 2 centimeter away from the center of disc. What we have to find out? Okay, this is 2 centimeter away. So what we have to find out? Minimum frequency with which the coin starts slipping. So here we'll take r equal to 2 centimeter. So when we consider distance r is 2 centimeter, we are writing here, that is if disc is rotating, centrifugal force away from the center, which will be balanced by the force of friction. So here centrifugal force is balanced by force of friction. So mr omega square will be balanced by force of friction mu n. N is normal reaction here, and this normal reaction is always equal to mg. So we will put it as mg, right? So mr omega square equal to mu mg. So r omega square will be equal to mu g. Omega square will be equal to, you will cancel here, mm from both sides we will cancel, r omega square will be mu g. Then if you are writing omega square only, so you will divide by r, and this omega we can write 2 pi f. Suppose we are writing here, for first condition we are writing f1, so 2 pi f1 whole square will be equal to mu g by r. We are taking the square, 2 will be 4 here, pi square f1 square will be equal to mu is given as 0.5. G value in your numerical, it is given at the last, and that is given as pi square here, right? Use g equal to pi square meter per second square, and this distance is actually 2 centimeter. So we are getting here pi square, g value will be pi square, r will be, as it is we are taking 2 centimeter, it will be 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, that is 0.02. okay, so if you are solving for f1 square, we are getting here value pi square and pi square you can cancel, you will shift this 4 here, divide here, so we are getting f1 square will be 25 divided by 4, and this f1 will be actually 5 by 2. If you are taking square root of whole thing, f1 will be 5 by 2, and 5 by 2 is nothing but 2.5 cycles per second. Okay, 2.5 revolution or cycles per second. Okay, next here, if we consider, because at the last it is given if the coin is at most almost at the rim of the disc. Okay, so r here will be equal to 8 centimeter because disc is having radius 8 centimeter. So 8 centimeter will be 8 into 10 raised to minus 2, that is 0.08 meter. Again you will use same formula, that is centrifugal force, you will balance by force of friction. You will solve this equation, you will write your expression up to omega square equal to mu g upon r, then you will write omega in terms of frequency. For second condition we are denoting it by f2. So 2 pi f2 square equal to mu g upon r. Again we are taking the square of this whole bracket term. So 4 pi square f2 square. This is equal to mu is 0.5, g pi square, r is 0.08 here. So f2 square you will solve, again pi square you will cancel. You will shift this 4 to the denominator of other side. So we are getting 5 by 3 by 3.2. If you are solving this term, you are getting 1.5625. So if we are taking square root of this, we will be getting F2 as 1.25 cycles per second. So this is F2 for second condition. So it is asked to calculate factor of change here. So factor of change will be actually the ratio F2 by F1. So we already know F2 we calculated here, just here 1.25, F1 we calculated here 2.5. So we are putting the value 1.25 divided by 2.5. So we are getting 1 by 2. So F2 will be equal to 1 by 2 of F1. So this is that is asked in the numerical, right? Okay. So this is all about. In next lecture we will take next numerical 14, 15. We will continue. Okay. So this is expected from you. You will see this video. You will solve the numerical in your text, in your physics 1 notebook, right? You have to write all the numerical here. If you are having any difficulty, you can write in comment box or you can message me personally. Okay, thank you so much.